Welcome back to Just Nuts, Children of the Cardboard. Today we've got some pretty tasty reveals. We finally have the Speedroid support revealed for the Duelist Storm or Duelist of the Storm or whatever it is, Raging Storm. The next Duelist pack that we are getting. I think we have all the rest of the cards. We already got the Synchro revealed, so here we have 2 monsters, 2 Synchros, and a trap. Let's get right into it. Starting off here, we have Speedroid Party Horn Kid. Love his design, by the way. I don't know why, I just like it. It's a pleasing design to me. He's a level 4 wind machine tuner. Gotta love the tuners. 1000 attack, 1000 attack, or defense. And both of his effects are hard once per turn each. The first effect reads, if this card is normal summoned or special summoned, excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of wind monsters you control. Then you can add 1 excavated card to your hand. Also place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. What? Of other? Okay, so it is other wind monsters you control. I did read that at first and I was like, dang, so even just normal summon him, draw a card? You do actually already have to have another wind monster on the field, but the way Speedroids work, that is not hard to do at all. Worst case scenario, this card is just drawing you a card, right? Summon this next to another wind, draw a card. And if you've got more than that, you can summon this later in a combo. Boom. Get it going. I mean, this is summonable off of Speed Lift. This can be reborn back off of Speed Recovery. There are a ton of ways. Takatombor can summon this straight out of the deck. Love it. And I also love that it's any card. Usually effects like these you'll see that are like, add 1 excavated Speedroid card to your hand and send the rest back. So you can whiff. There's opportunity for whiffage there. No opportunity for whiffing here. You keep something. This is a really good card, in my opinion. Helps you dig for side deck cards. Ton of stuff. Ton of stuff goes on to that. That's a great effect. Second effect, you can banish this card from grave to target a level 3 or higher wind monster you control and reduce its level by 2. Okay, again, like that's just a nice bonus effect. He doesn't do anything to summon himself, but with the deck already having stuff like Takatombor in it, I'm not that worried about it, right? Like we already get such easy access to like tuners straight out of the deck and otherwise. So yeah, that's totally fine. So yeah, just level modulation. That could be nice for getting into certain things at certain instances, certain combos. Who knows? I don't know off the top of my head when exactly this will come up, but and what it'll help you get into, but it is definitely a nice effect to have. Next up, we have this guy. I love this thing's design. I don't know why. I think it's really cool. This is Speedroid Magic Hound. He's a level 3 wind machine effect monster. 800 for the stats. His second effect is a hard once per turn. When this card is normal summoned, Foolish Burial a Speedroid card from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, not bad. We got some Speedroid cards that have effects in grave. Den Daiko Duke gets you a tuner back from grave. We've got some nice synergy there. Yeah, that's not bad. Speedroid, definitely a couple Speedroids have some effects. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it, then target a Speedroid monster in grave, shuffle it into deck, and if you do, special summon a Speedroid monster, Synchro monster with the same level but different name from your extra deck with its effects negated. Okay. Very interesting. So you shuffle a Speedroid monster in grave back into the deck, then you can summon a Speedroid tuner with the same level, and as you can see here, level 3... Oh, this one's a high level one. Okay, but the level 3 is still nice because that means a lot of your generic ones you can reload back into the deck for grindability. Then summon this guy out. We'll see exactly what he does. It does not look like this counts as a synchro summon, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. They will not be summoned by official means, but still nice to get a body. That's just a nice free body on the following turn. Not half bad. I like this card. I also like this card. I mean, the deck already kind of has normal summons, but I have had gripes with Marble Machine. That's like the Rhoda or the Stratos for the deck but it's only on normal summon and it's a pendulum. So even though it is a good just like get a free card, get a free extender, whatever, it does not end up in grave afterwards. And some Speedroid cards do want you to have more Speedroids end up in grave to be able to use like some of the recursion effects and stuff like that, which he doesn't do, but this guy does. And not only that, but also sends another Speedroid card. Very cool. All right, moving on to the synchros, we have High Speedroid Cork Blaster. Very cool. Level 3 Wind Synchro Tuner. Of course, it's a Synchro Tuner. Its attack is 500, defense is 1000. It's completely generic with one tuner and any non-tuner. And you can only use this card's effect once per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except Wind. So again, just basic Speedroid stuff, locks you into Winds. That's not a huge deal. We've got Appaloosa. We've got the new Baroness from the floor cards, which is an Omni Negate, and obviously like Crystal Wing, stuff like that. So not too big a deal. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add a Speedroid spell or trap from the deck to the hand. That's very interesting because Speed Lift and Speed Recovery do not count as Speedroid spell or traps, and those are the best two spell or traps we have at the moment. Obviously, we'll read what the trap does down below. I'm also thinking about, like, how do you make a level 3 with Speedroids? I know they have the red-eyed dice, which can just be a level 1 or a level 2, but the deck other than that is like almost all level 3s. A lot of the extenders are just level 3. So making this the hard way might be a little bit awkward, but maybe you could play generic cards to help make this. Who knows? But still a good effect on summon. We'll see what the trap ends up doing. If this card was Synchro Summoned using only Speedroid monsters as material, and all the materials that were used for a Synchro Summon are in the grave, special summon all of them. Wow. Okay, so you pick one of these effects on summon, and they're both pretty damn good. I guess, okay, so here's probably where it comes up, is you have the Party Horn kid, where he can banish himself to, like, target a level 3 Speedroid and, like, reduce its level. And then that can allow you to get into this guy for certain combo to get a spell or trap, or just all those bodies back immediately for further Synchro Summoning. Very cool. That's so strong, man. Doesn't negate their effects or anything. Woo! All right, moving on here, we have High Speedroid Clear Wing Rider. This is a level 11 Wind Machine Synchro monster. 11, okay. 3,500 attack, 2,000 defense. He is a beefy boy, and he takes a Wind Tuner plus one or more non-tuner Wind Synchros. So you need a non-tuner Wind Synchro and then a Wind Tuner. Very cool. Not a problem for this deck at all. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die and shuffle wind monsters from your graveyard into the deck up to the result. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card destroyed by this effect until the end of this turn. Okay, that's actually not a bad effect. Well, usually in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you see roll a 6-sided die, it doesn't end too well because it's just too RNG based. But this is like, yes, it's RNG based, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Even if you just roll one, then this is just like a walking trident. That's still pretty good. And obviously you have the potential of hitting something like 6. I do wonder if this card like can't resolve if you roll something high enough. Can't shuffle the required number of monsters back in, and then maybe this just doesn't resolve at all. So that may be part of the RNG, but I don't know. If you're going up into something this big, there's a good chance you're going to have enough, fuel engraved to support this. Couple synchros, couple whatever. But that's nice because this shuffles back in the deck, doesn't even banish, so you're not just losing them for the whole duel. You're also kind of getting some, way of reloading your deck and extra deck for future plays. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. And this doesn't target either. Not bad. I actually don't think this is bad at all. I think if you pair this with something like Crystal Wing, you've got the negation, but you also have just like the quick generic removal, pops monsters, spell traps. Pretty generically good, I think. And then the second effect, during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you contribute this Synchro Summon card to special summon up to 2 level 7 Wind Synchro monsters with different names from your extra deck. Wow. Okay. So you can disrupt them with the first effect and then use the second effect to tribute himself to special summon 2 level 7 synchro monsters with different names. They have to be wind, so you're probably looking at like Clear Wing and Clear Fast Wing, I think is that his name? The Pendulum Synchro. Probably something along that line. I don't know off the top of my head what other level 7 wind synchros might be worth it, but those are disruptions on top of it. That's really crazy because that means you get to like use his first effect to pop stuff, Then you use the second effect to get into potentially 2 more disruptions. They may not be the best disruptions in the world. You're not getting into straight up Crystal Wing, but Clear Wing plus like Fast Wing, right? Clear Fast Wing. I don't remember the other one's name, the Pendulum one. That's not terrible at all. And with the amount of recursion that Speedroids already have, pretty damn nice. This card's kind of crazy. Okay, one last thing I want to mention is it does say destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled. So if you roll a 6 and your opponent doesn't have 6 cards, it's not like the card can't resolve because your opponent doesn't even have the required amount of stuff to pop. It does say up to, so you can resolve that part of it no matter what, as long as you have the stuff to shuffle, I believe. So very cool. I actually think this card might be better than the other one, the other boss monster we got, but it seems a little harder to make, I think. Then we get to the trap card here. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per duel. Okay. First effect, banish a wind monster from grave, then target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Just a nice, simple disruption. That means even if you just do a very simple combo where you're not even doing much, but at least you go through this guy, you can search the trap. And I also love that it banishes a wind from grave instead of like tribute a wind on field. So you're not losing field advantage. You just got to lose something that you don't plan on using in grave. Just get in simple bounce. I like it. I also like that it's any card. That even means on end phase, your opponent's setting back row, you could just bounce a back row, make it that much easier to have to play through less going into your next turn. So pretty cool. And the second effect, during your main phase, if this card is in the grave, you can target a Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster. It'll be a Machine Tuner Wind, level 1, 0/0 attack and defense, and this card is not treated as a trap, which I believe means once it comes back this way, you can't just destroy it with any generic spell and trap removal, I believe. I believe that's how the ruling would work, but that's pretty cool. Just during the main phase. It doesn't say the next main phase after this card has been sent to the grave or whatever. Just comes back as a free body, and it's a level 1 tuner like we were saying. I don't know how easy this would be apart from this guy, but now we also have this, which can come back because we have this guy, which can Foolish Burial any Speedroid card. I'm liking a lot of the synergy here. I'm pretty well satisfied with what we're seeing here in terms of this can literally be used as a disruption, and then on your following main phase, an extender into more plays. I like it a lot. I actually really do. This card also reduces the level of a monster on field by 1, which means this guy literally goes normal summon, send the trap, use the trap's effect in grave to lower him to level 2, then bring this back as a level 1 tuner, and then you can go immediately into this guy, and then he adds you another Speedroid spell or trap, or it can special summon back. Actually, I don't know if it can summon this back. I guess, would its name still be Speedroid Duplicate? I guess its name would stay the same. Can you summon this back, though, if as a trap monster? I don't know if you can. I'd have to look a little bit further into that. But you still get to go into this, which could then search potentially a second copy of the trap for at least just a bounce. 1 card bounce, at least. Just if you're playing it like simple, clean, like not trying to overextend or anything. That's really cool. I really, really like how this support looks. I think literally every single card here has some validity to it. And obviously the boss monster, the Clear Wing, not Clear Wing, the other giant boss monster obviously has some utility as well. I can't wait. I seriously think Speedroids could be a legitimate threat. It's always been like on the verge of like casual going to competitive level, but I actually think this could make it a legit like rogue deck that everybody needs to know about because they can really play. They've got hella extenders, they've got some very powerful boss monsters and boards that they can make, and also a ton of recursion. Even if they don't make like an insane board, they probably have a good amount of recursion, so that they can come back on the following turn and attempt to give you them business. Very cool. Okay, I'm super happy with this. I think this this Duelist pack is actually going to be one of the best we've had in a minute competitively, and I'm very, very excited for it. So guys, please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of these new cards? I know Speedroids pretty well because I've done some good research on them, but I'm no savant of the deck. So let me know if there's any specific interactions that these cards have with some of the cards we already have that I might have missed. I'd love to learn a little bit extra there. I can't wait. I kind of want to grab all 3 archetypes in this Duelist pack. All of their cards. I just want like to just get all the support, because I think they all are like pretty good. Obviously, the Fleur cards are like generically really strong, like Baroness and some of the other cards there, as well as Speedroid just become like, could be a legit like rogue to a competitive level. And then of course the Lyraless cards could make something like Lyraless Tri-Brigade a little bit better, but also even pure Lyraless might be a thing, a playable thing after this as well. I love it. I think this duels pack is awesome. I cannot wait for it to come out. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm rambling at this point. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Subscribe if you haven't. You want to see more stuff like this covering new cards, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.